Hello, today we're going to be looking at simple interest again, but this time we're going to be trying to find some missing variables. So we're going to try and find a missing principal, a missing rate, or a missing time. Just a quick reminder, the simple interest formula is principal times rate times time. So principal is the money you invest or you borrow, the rate is the percentage rate the account earns, and we write it as a decimal number, and T is time, which is how many years have elapsed. So we're going to continue to use this formula for all the questions we do today. So sometimes we know the amount of interest we have earned, but we don't know the principal, the rate, or the time. So one of those three things, principal, rate, or time, is missing. So to find a missing principal, rate, or time, we're simply going to divide the interest by the variables that you do know. For example, Hannah invests $300 in her bank account at an interest rate of 2% per annum, and she earned $30 interest total. How long did she leave the money in the bank for? The first thing I like to do is just work out what's missing. So if I write down my numbers, I know that the interest is $30, the principal's $300, and the rate's 2%, which we write as 0.02. So my missing variable this time is time. So to start working this out, I'm going to fill in all that I know. So $30 is $300 times 0.02 times T. And T stands for time. We don't know what it is. All we're going to do is take our interest and divide it by what we do know. So we're going to take the $30 interest and divide it by the principal, which we know, and the rate, which we know. If we do this, it's just like solving an equation and we'll be left with T. So $30 divided by $300 divided by 0.02, whatever the answer is, will be T. So if you grab your calculator or work it out mentally, you'll get 5. So the money was in the bank account for 5 years. Now, if you have time, it's always good to check your answer. So if I substitute that 5 in, we can see that the answer is correct. So 300 times 0.02 times 5 will end up being 30. So because the left and the right side are equal to each other, we must have the right number. So overall, Hannah invested the money for 5 years in her bank account. Okay, let's try another example here. Steph invests $50,000 in her bank account for 15 years and she earned $24,000 interest total. So what percentage rate did the bank pay her? So I'm going to write down all the numbers I know. Interest is $24,000, principal's $50,000, time is 15 years, but we don't know what R is. I'll now substitute these numbers into the formula. So 24,000 is 50,000 times R times 15. And all we're going to do is we're going to take our interest of 24,000 and divide by the numbers we know. So 24,000 divided by 50,000 divided by 15 will give us our answer, which is 0.032. Now, that looks like a weird answer, but just remember, this is a percentage written as a decimal. So this really means 3.2% if we made it a percentage again. Again, I'll just quickly check my answer, and by substituting the numbers in, we can clearly see that the left side and the right side are both 24,000. So that 0.032 is correct. So the bank provided Steph with a rate of 3.2% per annum. So it doesn't matter what question you're doing. If there's a missing principal, a missing rate, or a missing time, just take your interest that you know and divide it by what you do know, and whatever's left over will be your missing variable. Alrighty, here's a question I'd love you to try. So Greg wants to borrow money to get a new motorbike. The bank is offering him an interest rate of 6.5% per annum. If Greg wants to pay back the money after 3 years, and the maximum interest he wants to pay is $2,000, so he doesn't want to pay anything more than $2,000, what is the maximum loan he can take out? So just to help you get started, the interest is $2,000, the principal, we don't know, the rate is 0.065, and the time is 3. Could you please work backwards to find out what's the biggest loan he can take out? Okay, hopefully you've given it a go. The first thing you want to do is substitute the numbers you know in. So $2,000 is P times 0.065 times 3. The next thing we do is we take our interest and we divide it by what we know, and this will give us our principal. And type that on your calculator, you should get this number here, $10,256.41, rounded to 2 decimal places for money. So overall, Greg can borrow $10,256.41 without paying more than $2,000 interest. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. So if there's any situation where you don't know the principal, the rate, or the time, just take your interest and divide it by the numbers you do know, and your leftover answer should be your missing variable. Hopefully that makes sense. Any questions, let me know. Have an awesome day.